so this is when I went to the Dayton Air Museum. Yeah, I know my roots need to be done, people. And I realize I don't look like your typical psychic medium or anything like that, but I'm just being me. I'm not auditioning for a role. I am a medium. So these are my stories, and this one is the Dayton Air Museum, like I said, and it was had been again 10 years ago back in Ohio, obviously. My father-in-law, who is not a believer in any of this, came to visit, and he's very into their my husband and my father-in-law are pilots and mechanics and all that. So this is where we went with the children. Now, I don't preemptively go, I can't wait for some spirit here. But if it's there, it's there. I can't help it. So we were walking, we went in, and as soon as, and I swear, I can't, it's been 10 years. So when we walked in, I feel like we went right to the left and off this way, but it can't be right. But I'll tell you what it was. It was a World War II bomber. And I mean, I'm Air Force, but I don't know all the bombers. My husband would be able to tell you exactly which bomber it was. But a World War II bomber, and there was somebody in there. There was a man, at least one. There could have been two. But it was like, it had a darker feel, which is interesting for me. I mean, I don't try to figure out what it's there, but I definitely got this dark cloud hanging over that aircraft. And it was kind of like, don't bother me. Either they knew I knew they were there, or I was just picking up the energy that they were already giving off. Like, I don't want to talk. I don't want to go there. Leave me alone. So I did. I tried to talk to them a little bit or feel something, but they were definitely crew. And there was, I don't want to speculate what it was, but it was darkness, either guilt or bad deeds or something bad happened. But I can't speculate. It just, they put up a wall and they didn't want to talk about it. And it was a definite, like, stay off my lawn feel. So I kept walking, and I can't tell my father-in-law any of that. I mean, I do tell him what I do, but he thinks I'm crazy, and that's okay. So I'm just lagging behind everybody else because I already, boom, got hit right out of the gate with everything. I will say, anybody who knows this museum, there is nothing bad in the pre-World War II aircraft. Nothing. I didn't get anything bad in World War I or early flight. Nothing going on there. Just good energy, just normal everyday airplane energy. So, okay, so World War II, there is a whole lot of energy going on in World War II, and it was really hard for me on this occasion because we had my daughter and I had a baby, so, and my husband and my father-in-law, so it was really hard to check in, check out, check in, check out, be a mom, do this. But I do remember World War II, there was some energy there. I'm not going to say spirit or ghost, but there was a lot of attachment energy to that. And I'll tell you the one that stuck out the most, and my favorite, I still talk about him. I wasn't expecting this. We got to the Korea and the Vietnam. I remember asking my husband what kind of helicopter it was after, because I couldn't remember. We were coming up, and it was a Jolly Green, or a Green Giant, I think it's Jolly Green. It's in the middle, and it's open, where you can look, the back is down, and you can look straight through, all the way through. When we weren't even close to it yet. I mean, I was down a ways, because it's in the middle. They have little pathways, and they have aircraft on either side, and sometimes in the middle. I got this young man sitting in the back, spirit, not a real person. I mean, not in body. He's a real person. Sitting in the back, looking at me, going, "Hey!" He knew immediately that I could see him, or he just says that to everybody that comes in. He was the happiest dead person I've ever met. I usually, he was, when I got up to him and I started talking to him, he said his name was Charlie. And he had surfer boy blondish sandy brown hair, well, longer on top. So I want to say Korea, this not Korea. I want to say Vietnam. He was in Vietnam. He was in army green, like not camouflage, army green all the way down. And he had the longer hair on top, like a surfer. And he actually had kind of like a surfer vibe about. I was like, he was so laid back and so cool, going, hey, he was just happy to be there. He knew he was dead. I can tell you that. He knew he was dead. He was enjoying himself. That doesn't happen very often. He was enjoying being. Like that Zen surfer dude was carried over into death. And he just was happy to be there. He was just happy to talk to people. He was happy to talk to me because I could hear him. I would love to say, oh, he told me his last name. He told me when and where. He told me this and that. I don't get that. I'm sorry. I wish I was like so dead on accurate that, you know, like Barbara Walters of mediumship, that I could quiz the hell out of these spirits and they would tell me everything I need to know. It doesn't work that way for me. Maybe somebody else. He did say his name was Charlie, and he was proud to be Charlie. And he was happy to be there, and he loved being in that aircraft, and he loved being there. So no point in trying to move him on. He's good to go. So I enjoyed Charlie very much. This is actually a short and sweet one because I really don't have much more than that happened there. I was just more energy off of different aircrafts. But Charlie, I still miss Charlie. Charlie's the best energy. So if you ever go there, or if you have, just say hi to Charlie going by that helicopter. It's the only one like it. So you know it's there. I'm sure he's still there. You'll feel the happiness maybe. Maybe when you walk by it or something, or go inside, maybe you'll feel a happy, happy energy. That's Charlie. So that's my story about the Dayton Air Museum.